Yay! Hello, everybody, and we're back to Against the Ropes, and as usual, my dear friend, Yuli the Monster Diaz, but guess what? I got a bone to pick with you.
Mr. Don't Blink to you.
Yeah, well, yeah. Talk about being mean. You took this kid, Zach Cray, you gave him a lesson. It was BKB 41, and in the opening session, we had you doing, it was an exhibition, Yuli.
An exhibition against a YouTuber. We put it on for the BYB 41 fans up in Jacksonville. I have to say, I got called a week before this fight, quote unquote. And, they told me that this YouTuber wanted to have an actual fight. He wanted me to actually hit him and not take it easy on him. And I asked him a couple times if he was sure that that's what he wanted throughout the week. He said yes. Even the day of the fight, he said, yeah, man, I really want to do this. And he held his own. I didn't put him to sleep, but we put a little damage on him. He had a couple bumps and bruises.
This is the one thing that most people did not get a chance to see because obviously I have an advantage for him right there on ringside.
Right.
There was a right hook that went right into his neck, and I literally thought, he's done. No, he kept going.
He did. He kept going. But you know what? Thanks to Chris Young, referee Chris Young.
Yes.
He's been at a lot. He's been my referee for a lot of big fights, a lot of big title fights and everything. He was in the ring that night, and he got to save Zach.
Yes,
Zach gets to live another day and make another YouTube video.
But the one thing I hope we can include the clip. Chris came in, once you walked around, you turned your back to your opponent.
I had that devilish grin on.
Oh my God, mean, you were mean.
Yeah.
But guess who else was mean? It was great to see our GOAT, Jose Fernandez, back.
The GOAT.
He's feeling great. I mean, it was a rough fight.
Back after two shoulder surgeries. It was definitely a rough fight. I think he showed a little bit of ring rust in there. He hasn't been in there for a few years. But he got back. He's back on the win column. He had a great fight against Jordan Nash. Jordan Nash was no slouch. It was a hell of an opponent.
Yeah.
Went the distance with him. But Jose got the nod, and he's ready to get back in there.
Yeah, I just saw him a couple of days ago, and he's recovering beautifully. So I'm so glad to see him well. I'm so glad that we got a chance to see both Jordan. Also, he was a sport.
He was.
A nice, clean fight. Guess who had an extraordinary outing? And I think you're going to agree with me. Jean-Pierre.
I was there.
I know. I think you were.
Hey, it was what a fight. I got to say that, I said this coming in. Brandon Burt is a dog. He's one of the toughest guys in that division.
He's a former
champion.
Yes.
Fought the best of the best in that division. And Jean-Pierre, the first few rounds did not look good from. Matter of fact, Brandon Burt, he was knocked down, and he was knocked silly a few times where you could see he kind of rolled his eyes back, kept it together, and in the later rounds came through.
My goodness, it was amazing. But you know what? Most people missed the backflip when he got knocked down. Then he just literally went into his back. It was a back roll. That's what it is. It was so good. Jampi. Very proud.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Ryan Jett, for the first time, gets knocked out, but lights out.
I know.
Kudos.
Yeah.
Kudos because he did recover. He walked out of the ring on his own volition.
He did.
Not his best outing, but we got to hand it to Aaron, the Spaniard, because he really gave it to him nice and thick.
Yeah, you know what? Tough dude. He was at, I don't know if you guys saw the moment where at the weigh-ins, he put his hand out to shake Ryan's hand. Ryan didn't want the hand. He came back, ended up paying for it the next day. Ryan's a great fighter. He's one of the toughest guys on the roster for sure.
Ryan Jett.
Fought the best of the best. But Tommy Aaron made a statement that night. He's a young guy here. Bring it.
A force to be reckoned with.
Definitely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And then we had a little melee there, but I'm hoping that that's not going to happen again because it makes for bad environment. And it's such a happy, high energy environment.
It does. But it's the hurt business, the fight business, a lot of tension built up in these arenas sometimes. And sometimes people take losses harder than others. So, you have moments like these. But, we got through it. Everything was good.
Absolutely.
And everybody's safe.
Yes. You know who else had a great night? Leilani Mota. Finally getting a clean opportunity to, showcase her skills. And it was a very quick day at the office against Monica Medina. And we know Monica is no slouch.
Monica Medina, former champion as well. And what's funny is, not funny, but the fastest fight of the night was the women's fight. It ended in the first round.
Pause. For all those for all y'all that say that women don't have power, that women do not know how to finish a fight.
I would love to. I invite you to BKB fight, please.
Dale.
I'll have you sit ringside with me and all.
Yeah. Like, you guys, you could have heard my dear friend Yuri screaming his head off from the first fight to the last fight, because that last fight, it tugged at all our strings. The compassion, the excitement, the hero. I mean, Jorge Bargallo walked in last minute. His fight was actually at 126 featherweight. And then our main event was at lightweight. The opponent didn't make weight for Kid Gotti. So, you know what? They called Bargallo. Oh, you think he can make 130?
He went from first fight opening the card to main event finishing the card.
In less than 12 hours.
You know what? It was a dream come true for him. He had a great outing. He did amazing. He was in there having a great time. You can see he was having fun. He was funny. He was sticking his tongue out even when he get hit. You know, he came up short, but hats off to him for what he did to step up on that last minute, last second, fight for a title. And that's what guys, that's what guys dream of when you get into this business. You want to fight for a title and hopefully win a title one day. I think he's going to have many more opportunities. But hats off to Kid Gotti, who really showed his skill in there, his patience, his footwork, and his power. Everything
was showcased beautifully. And I know that Bargallo is going to come back to the Trigon and he's going to give us his best. Because if this is what he can do, last minute call at 135, imagine if he can actually stay at 126 and do his thing.
Absolutely.
And I know for a fact that once you're in it and it's in your blood, you can't stop, because my friend here is back. You're going back.
No, I'm not back June 14.
You're not?
No, June 14 is Dirty Boxing.
Oh, I thought you were going to be in Dirty Boxing.
No, I was supposed to be in Dirty Boxing June 14, but negotiations didn't come to a head, so we pivoted and we're gonna fight probably in July or August. And actually, from what they're telling me, it's gonna be a big name, an ex-UFC fighter. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
Once it's in your blood, it's a bug, it's a virus, it just overtakes your life.
But on this Dirty Boxing card, we got Alex Nicholson and Rob Perez, the Wolf, against the Spartan. And these guys are going back and forth on Instagram so much, so funny. It's hilarious. They're making memes about each other, everything. So this is gonna be a hell of a fight. And we got 3 UFC veterans on here too. We got Roldis Troop, we got Alex Aceves, Bruce Leroy, and we got Phil Haas. So it's gonna be a star-studded night for Dirty Boxing June 14.
And I know, where is this gonna take place?
It's gonna take place at the Regatta in Coconut Grove.
Oh, I love that place.
It's a beautiful place.
Yes.
Beautiful venue. I fought there one time. It was very nice.
It's beautiful. Plus, I can always step outside and go smoke.
Yeah.
Smoke cigars while
everybody's out there smoking cigars.
Yeah, it's the bomb. It's the bomb. So it's gonna be a nice environment, all Miami vibes, and with these kind of names, except yours. But then we'll see you next month.
Yeah, we'll see.
Do you ever get tired?
I don't. I got a big gas tank, and I love to keep on moving. I want to live as long as possible. I want to be as healthy as possible. I want to be around as long as possible for my loved ones. So.
Yes, because I was talking to. Let's just take a sidestep for a second. I was talking to some of the guys after BKB 41 because it was an intense event. And did you know that a lot of our fighters, both in bare knuckle boxing, UFC, once they're in that high, they come crashing down, and it's borderline depression.
It absolutely is, and it was like me. Once I took a couple months off, and light depression, at least for me, kicked in because I'm an active person, and this is what I love to do. And, I feel like I still have a lot more to do. And I feel healthy and I feel great. So why not keep pushing forward?
How do you overcome that little, that...
You got to work past it. Yeah, and not every day is good. You wake up, not every day is like, oh, man, it's going to be a great day. Some days are tougher than others. But you get through it. The hardest thing you've ever done is the hardest thing you've ever done.
True. As a matter of fact, a few weeks ago, I posted, it was a beautiful sunset. And there was like clouds, but the sun could actually come around it. It was a nice scene. And I thought to myself, clouds are temporary. The sun is always there. So even the darkest, most difficult time is just temporary. The rest, your legacy, your history, your life, that's what's perpetual.
Absolutely.
So I'd like to always reinforce that, not just to our fighters in general, but, people.
Of course.
Because, we all have hard times, but they come and go.
But listen, life is good.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, even when it's hard, life is so good.
Exactly. And guess who else is having a great time? Jake Paul is getting back into the ring.
Against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
June 28th.
You know what? I used to like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He's been out for a while. I know.
Talk about having mental issues.
Yeah, he had mental issues.
Yes.
He's got a lot of different things go on throughout the years. But Jake Paul is on the top of his game right now. He's training with the best. He has chefs and the best trainers around him. It's gonna be a tough night in the office for Julio. Absolutely, 1,000%, no doubt about it.
So you're team Jake Paul?
Right now, I'm team Jake Paul. Yeah.
I look at you right now. Like, is there another time?
Well, no. For this fight, I'll be team Jake Paul. I think he's definitely the better fighter on this one.
I'm looking forward to seeing Junior back. I think it's going to be a tough fight for both of them. I mean, though Junior has been out for a while, he's still Junior. And naturally, he's gifted. There's a level of just God-given gifts there. And Jake is an extraordinary athlete. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. Plus, you know who else is in there?
Who's there?
Dorticos, Junior Dorticos is going to be fighting Zurdo.
That's right. That's going to be a hell of a fight, too.
Yes.
That's actually the fight to watch that night.
Exactly. Yeah. So we got to pay attention because that's a great night. And going back to UFC.
Yeah.
We have a great bout card.
We got Merab against Sugar Sean, part 2. This is going to be, this fight everybody's been waiting since the first one ended. Merab won the first one, took the belt from Sugar Sean. Sugar Sean's coming back to get his belt. I don't know. In my opinion, if I was a gambling man, I had to put my money. I think Merab's gonna win this one as well, just because he's a machine. He's nonstop. But maybe Sugar Sean, train for this.
All I have to say is, once you go into that second edition, you're not starting from scratch. And if you've already been there and done that, then you've already made the adjustments necessary.
Right.
And that also goes to show the boxing IQ, the fighting IQ, how much more of you can you pull out, how much deeper can you dig. So we'll see. What about Peña against Harrison?
Well, we got Juliana Peña and Kayla Harrison. That, Juliana Peña is the next champion as well, but Kayla Harrison, I think, is the next big thing. She's a big, strong chick, judo Olympian. And I don't think Juliana's has.
Ready for that?
No.
Even though she's experienced.
Yeah, but I think once Kayla gets a hold of her, it's a different type of strength. Yeah.
I don't know.
Big, strong girl.
I'm going to go with the veteran.
Yeah?
The seasoned fighter.
Okay.
Just because.
No friendly bet.
Yes.
You like that? No friendly bet. You guys hear it first? A cigar. Perfect.
Dale.
Perfect.
Dale.
Next episode, when you see us smoking cigars, we'll let you know who won and why we're smoking.
Yeah, we'll know who's going to buy the cigars. But let's not forget that we will be back.
That's right.
We're going to Tennessee. First time we're going to Tennessee.
Nashville, Tennessee, June 21st, BKB 42?
42, yes.
42, man. I'm looking forward to it. I actually have some friends in Nashville that I'm inviting to the fight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because that is the one fight that I've been waiting for a long time. The Sam Liera against LT Smash Nelson, the rematch.
Yes.
Let's not forget how the first one ended.
Yeah.
It was kind of a, what are you doing, Smash? Had Sam ready to go, and then here comes the eye poke, and then he said, I can't beat up on somebody that is not 100%.
Right. Well, this time I hope we see the best of both of them. I can't wait for part 2. This rematch is I can't wait. And because right now, LT Smash has been on a machine. He's been a machine. On a nonstop winning machine, and it's got to be top, to me, 1 or 2 in pound for pound.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree with you. And going back to just that psychological part of fighters, which we had a chance to see with Jose Fernandez as he came back, there's that button that you push, and then this warrior comes out. LT Smash Nelson is the sweetest, nicest, kindest, and then that thing goes off.
He's a warrior in a garden, and I got a gardener in a war.
Exactly. He said that one time.
Did he?
Yes, he said that. I think it was either him or Tomahawk. Anyway, but you'd rather have a warrior in a garden than having a gardener in a war. So that's him.
That's right.
So I guess we're gonna touch base next week.
I can't wait. We'll touch base next week. We'll let you guys know about the aftermath of these UFC fights and everything, and
our bet.
And we'll be one step closer to Nashville. I can't wait.
Yes. This is the end of Against the Ropes. Don't forget we have a date next week.
Let's go. See y'all. Appreciate it.